Hello, hello, Grace Everlasting 7 here, and I am back with part 2 of the Virtual Console video. And as you can see in front of you here, I have my new Nintendo 2DS XL, which I am still going to use. So let's dive right in and finish out part 2 of the Virtual Console. So right here we have Pokemon Yellow version in Spanish, which I noticed they have some of the more popular Pokemon games in multiple language packs, which is pretty awesome if you speak another language there. Donkey Kong Land 2 on the Game Boy for $3.99. I didn't play too many of the Game Boy games. Like I said, I did more Tetris and the original Mario on there. I think that was about it for that. NES River City Ransom for $4.99. This sounds familiar. I think we already did this one. I don't know if they mixed some stuff up or what. Definitely familiar. So I know I went over that in the last one. Shining Force, sort of that name that I still can't say, from the Game Gear, $3.99. I'm not sure what happened to the order of the Virtual Console because I didn't change it, so I guess we'll just roll with it. Mega Man 2 from the Game Boy, $2.99. I didn't really get into the Mega Man series till later on. Mega Man Extreme 2 from the Game Boy Color for $4.99. Tails Adventure from the Game Gear for $4.99. Not something I played. Probably just the original Sonics. Kirby's Block Ball from the Game Boy for $2.99. Looks like a puzzle adventure. Double Dragon 2 from the NES, $4.99. I liked playing the Double Dragon games, those were a lot of fun. And the first Double Dragon from the NES, $4.99. Those might be something I would pick up probably. Double Dragon was a lot of fun. Mega Man Extreme, Game Boy Color for $4.99. Donkey Kong Land 3 from the Game Boy for $3.99. I might have to check out some of those earlier Donkey Kong Land games, might be fun. Harvest Moon 2 from the Game Boy Color for $4.99. I didn't really get into the Harvest Moon series. I have a couple of them on my GameCube, but I didn't get a chance to play them yet, so they're on my backlog of games. Blaster Master from the NES, $4.99. I never played this one. And again, some of these games that I say I haven't played, if you have played them, let me know in the comments below and if it's worth a pickup. Ghosts and Goblins from the NES, $4.99. I didn't play this either. Nope, probably another one I might have to check out. And Pokemon in French, like I said, they have other language packs on here. Ninja Gaiden 2 from the NES. What is it? The Dark Sword of Chaos for $4.99. And I have played some of the Ninja Gaiden. Not all of them. I don't remember which ones. But I like the Ninja Gaiden series. They're pretty fun games to play. Mega Man 5 from the Game Boy for $3.99. And like I said on the Mega Man, I didn't get into them till later, like way later on the GameCube, where I started picking up the Mega Man compilation discs, where they have a whole bunch of them in a collector's disc, which is how I started playing them, and they're pretty fun. I don't think I've gotten through all of them though. Donkey Kong Jr. on the NES for $4.99. If you're a Donkey Kong fan. And the blue version in Spanish. Lufia, The Legend Returns from the Game Boy Color for $5.99. I'm not too familiar with this series. I do have a Game Boy Advance version of this game. I can't remember what it's called. And I haven't played it yet, so if you have played this and you like the series, let me know. I might be picking this up also. But most of the games I pick up, if they're RPGs, I definitely pick them up for sure. Game Boy, Mega Man 4, $2.99. It's interesting to see them in black and white. It's been so long. NES, Mega Man 3 for $4.99. I don't think I've played this one yet, but I like the Mega Man series. It really is a lot of fun. Mega Man 3 from the Game Boy for $2.99. Adventure Island 2 from the NES for $4.99. I never played the Adventure Island series either, so I'm not sure how that is either. Let's check out the next page here. And the first game we have is Kid Icarus of Myths and Monsters for $3.99. And this is on the original Game Boy. I have not played any of the Kid Icarus games, so if any of the Kid Icarus games are good, please let me know, because I will definitely pick them up. Pokemon Silver in French. Life Force from the NES for $4.99. I'm not familiar with this one. Mega Man 6 from the NES for $4.99. Game & Watch Gallery 2 from the Game Boy Color for $3.99. Ice Climber from the NES for $4.99. I have not played this. I know. I'm familiar with it. It's not like I've never heard of it, but I've actually never played the Ice Climber game. Pilot Wings from the Super NES for $7.99. Pilot Wings I've definitely played. I loved it. I thought it was fun. So much so that I picked up the N64 cart version also. So I spent a bunch of hours playing this. Pretty fun times. Bases Loaded from the NES for $4.99. Sounds familiar to me. I might have played this. Probably not very long. Adventures of Lolo from the NES for $4.99. I am not familiar with this game. I'm not sure what it is. Gargoyles Quest 2, The Demon Darkness from the NES for $4.99. I have not played this. A lot of games on here I haven't played. I guess maybe because I was just too little when the NES came out. Ninja Gaiden 3, The Ancient Ship of Doom, I believe it says. It's hard to read these through the camera. From the NES for $4.99. Like I said, Ninja Gaiden is a lot of fun. I'm not sure like which versions are better than others, but I know I've played a bunch and I think they're fun. So that's just my opinion. Some of you that have played the series a lot more than I have probably have opinions on each one, you know, first one, second one, and which console ones had the best ones. So if you do know, because you've played it a lot more than I have, then just leave a comment below what you think is your favorite. Kirby Star Stacker from the Game Boy for $2.99. Final Fight 3 from the Super NES for $7.99. I did play this game a touch. I don't remember if it was the third one. It's been so long ago, but I definitely have played the Final Fight series. Mega Man 5 from the NES for $4.99. They do have a ton of the Mega Man series, which is pretty nice. Balloon Fight from the NES for $4.99. I haven't even heard of this, nor played it. Not sure how it is. Final Fight on the Super NES for $7.99. The Final Fight games are fun. The Legend of the Mystical Ninja from the Super NES for $7.99. This sounds familiar, but I don't think I've played it. Unless I'm thinking of another game. I might be. The Mysterious Murasame, yeah, good lord. Murasame Castle, I think. NES for $4.99. Obviously, well, one, I couldn't pronounce it. Two, I don't know what this game is. It looks like it was a Japanese import of some sort, and then, or maybe it came out in Japan and then said, hey, let's put it in North America also. So I'm not too familiar with this game, so if some of you know the background of this, leave it in the comments below. Shinobi from the Game Gear for $3.99. Shinobi is a lot of fun. I actually just picked up the 3DS version of it, and I haven't had a chance to play it, but it definitely is on my list of games. I did play Shinobi on the Game Gear before. It's a lot of fun. Final Fight 2 from the Super NES for $7.99, so they have the Final Fight series. Wrecking Crew from the NES for $4.99. I didn't play this one either, but it seems self-explanatory there. NES Open Tournament Golf from, NES obviously, and $4.99. I did not play this. Mega Man Dr. Wily's Revenge from the Game Boy, $3.99, so original Game Boy, Mega Man game, pretty awesome. Donkey Kong 3 for the NES for $4.99. I didn't play a lot of Donkey Kong on the NES. I think it was more Super Nintendo when I got to play a little more of the Donkey Kong series. Pinball Revenge of the Gator from the Game Boy for $2.99. And we are at the end of this row, about to hit the next page. All right, let's see what we have here. Defenders of Oasis from the Game Gear for $3.99. I'm not too familiar with this game. I did not have a Game Gear. I had a friend that had it. Columns from the Game Gear for $3.99. Puzzle game, which I think was trying to rival Tetris at the time. Yoshi from the NES for $4.99. I have never played this, so this might be a fun pickup. The Sword of Hope 2. Wow, from the original Game Boy for $2.99. I am not sure what this game is. I did not have an original Game Boy. I had a friend that had that one too. Borrowed it and played it. Rayman, the Game Boy Color for $4.99. I can't really comment on some of the earlier Raymans, but I did just pick up the N64 one. Mega Man 4 for the NES for $4.99. Have all the Mega Man series. Pokemon Red version in Spanish, if you need it. Super Dodgeball for the NES for $4.99. Dragon Crystal from the Game Gear for $2.99. Solomon's Key from the NES for $4.99. I have not played this, but I have seen a YouTube video on some gameplay of this, and I heard that it's pretty hard. But pretty excited that it's on this. I'll have to buy it and give it a try for myself. Mystical Ninja starring Goemon for $2.99 on the Game Boy. I have not played this, but I do have the N64 version of this game. I haven't played it yet, but I'm looking forward to giving this a try. It sounded like an interesting story to me, so that's why I picked it up. But if you have played this version on the Game Boy or the N64 version, let me know how you liked it. It sounded interesting to me, so I grabbed it. Mole Mania from the Game Boy for $2.99. Wario's Woods from the NES for $4.99. And this, I believe, was the last game released on the NES. So, pretty awesome that it's on the Virtual Console here. I'm not sure how much this cart runs because it was the last one, so how much they printed, I have no idea. But I think this was a little difficult to play also, which is alright. Vampire Master of Darkness from the Game Gear for $4.99. I have no idea what this game is. G-Lock Air Battle from the Game Gear for $3.99. Nothing to say about that one either. Sonic Labyrinth from the Game Gear for $4.99. I didn't play too much of the other Sonic games, just like the regular Sonic the Hedgehog and maybe the second one, and that was about it. Legend of the River King from the Game Boy Color for $4.99. I'm guessing it's a fishing game. Blue version in French. Legend of the River King 2 from the Game Boy Color for $4.99. So I guess they just had to make two of them. Fishing games are never really my thing, but if this is your thing, it is on the Virtual Console. Summer Carnival 92. It's from the NES for $4.99. I am not familiar with this one either. Renegade from the NES for $4.99. Something else I'm not too familiar with. Yellow version in French. Scat, or SCAT, from the NES for $4.99. Mighty Final Fight from the NES for $4.99. And Crystal Warriors for $3.99 from the Game Gear. I'm not sure about that one either. Haven't played it. Alright, we have one more page of games to go through. And we have Shadow of the Ninja for the NES for $4.99. Sounds pretty interesting. I've never played it though. Street Fighter 2010, The Final Fight from the NES for $4.99. I liked the Street Fighter games. I'm not too familiar with this one to know if it's similar to the other game style, so I don't know. Sky Kid from the NES for $4.99. Toki Tori from the Game Boy Color for $3.99. I'm not familiar with this one. Bionic Commando Elite Forces from the Game Boy Color for $5.99. Milon's Secret Castle from the NES for $4.99. Never know that one either. Extreme Sports for $4.99 on the Game Boy Color. Mach Rider from the NES for $4.99. Crash and the Boys Street Challenge, $4.99 from the NES. Star Soldier from the NES for $4.99. Spelunker from the NES for $4.99. Another one I'm not too familiar with. Cave Explorations. Mighty Bomb Jack from the NES for $4.99. This one doesn't sound too familiar either. Tumble Pop from the Game Boy for $2.99. And the red version in French. Clue Clue Land from the NES for $4.99. I did not play this one either. Sounds very familiar though. And City Connection from the NES for $4.99. This one I'm not too familiar with either. This is actually the end of the Virtual Console. And I believe there are some really good games on the Virtual Console. So if the cartridge versions are too expensive, then I would pick them up on the Virtual Console. And I understand some people are purists or collectors and just have to have that cartridge. So if that's you, then go for the cartridge. But my wallet will be happier having it on the Virtual Console, and I can play it on the go. It'll be on my handheld, so I see a bunch of games on here that are well worth it. Now, for some of these games that I wasn't too sure of, if you have an opinion on them, please put it in the comments below on whether or not it's worth picking up or not. And be sure to check out my other gaming videos. I have some collection videos, reviews, and some updates from Nintendo on there. And if you have not subscribed already, please do so. So when I make new videos, you are aware of when they come out. And be sure to hit that like button if you like this video. If you didn't, hit the dislike button. And thank you all for watching this video. I appreciate it. Stay tuned for more videos that are coming out. And thanks for watching, and have a good one.